On to our top story now tonight, a big question that's looming for former President Donald Trump as he heads into a summer of campaigning. Who exactly will be his running mate? Several names have been tossed around, including Florida Senator Marco Rubio. And the buzz surrounding Rubio in the Trump Veep stakes has really picked up this week, and Rubio actually weighed in today. As our Jason Delgado explains, a Florida-centric team ticket, though, could pose some problems down the road in November.
Well, it looks like the tension between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former President Donald Trump isn't getting any better. Now, sure, Governor DeSantis is out of the presidential race, but we're still seeing signs of that tension. And beyond that, we're looking at what could be a new relationship forming here in Florida.
And I think it shows.
Let's take Wednesday, for example. Governor Ron DeSantis sidestepped a question about who he voted for on primary Tuesday. Plus, he dodged another question about whether he'd campaign next to former President Donald Trump.
This is not going to be a state that's competitive in November, and that's just the reality. So I don't anticipate there being much campaign here for the top of the ticket.
That answer rubbed the Trump team the wrong way. In response, a campaign spokesman saying, quote, "Ron really shouldn't flatter himself by assuming we'd want him on the campaign trail. We're actually trying to win."
Now, if I don't get elected...
Speaking of Trump, there might be a new alliance forming in the Sunshine State. A senior aide to the former president says Florida Senator Marco Rubio is on the short list to be his running mate. Senator Rubio was asked about that by Glenn Beck Thursday morning.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, anybody who gets a chance to serve as Vice President of the United States should consider that an honor. I have never spoken either to President Trump or anybody on his campaign about this or anybody else that they're considering for Vice President.
There are, however, constitutional questions. The 12th Amendment prohibits a presidential and vice presidential ticket from carrying a state electoral vote. That is, if both candidates on the ticket reside in the same state.
So if Rubio was interested and he was asked, Rubio could give up his Senate seat, move out of state, and then there would be no constitutional impediment to Trump and Rubio serving together.
And let's not forget about Florida Democrats. They're outspent and outnumbered in Florida, but they believe more national help is on the way.
President Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris understand that if you are going to protect democracy and fight back against extremism, especially on abortion, that you have to go to the belly of the beast. And that is here in the state of Florida.
Now, as far as Senator Marco Rubio is concerned, a same-state ticket isn't unheard of. In fact, we saw that back in 2000 with Dick Cheney. He was a longtime Texan who then moved over to Wyoming so that he could run with former President George W. Bush. In Tallahassee, Jason Delgado, Spectrum News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage. And click the subscribe button here. You can also download our app and watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.